Hi everyone, this is Heather Lahtinen from the Flourish.Academy, where our goal is to empower, educate, and elevate you to create a life that you love through the art and business of photography. In this video, we are going to match skin tone inside of Lightroom, but first, make sure you check out our sponsor, ymcamera.com, for all of your photography needs. In a previous video, we edited this photo. Here is the before and after. We just did a basic edit of the exposure and color balance, but we also whitened the teeth. Again, here's the before and after. You'll definitely want to check out that video. But as I was editing this photo, I noticed that her décolleté was a different color from her face. Now, this can happen for a couple of reasons. One is makeup. The foundation on her face doesn't match her chest, but also because when some people get nervous, their chests can sometimes turn a little bit red. No matter, we're going to correct that. And I would classify this as a bit of a challenging edit. I'm going to approach this by pressing K on the keyboard in order to access my adjustment brush. I'm going to increase the feather on this brush by holding down Shift and pressing the right bracket key. I'm also going to make it a little bit smaller with the left bracket key. Now, I'm not exactly sure what sliders are going to impact this the best. So before I do anything, I'm going to press O on my keyboard to show the mask overlay and simply brush over this area in order to make this selection. Make my brush a little bit smaller over here. And again, wherever you see this ruby light overlay is where we're going to impact the photo. So I'm trying to avoid her necklace, but grab her décolleté and neck area in order to make a good selection. Okay, I feel pretty good about that selection, so I'm going to press O on my keyboard in order to turn off that overlay. Now this is about to get interesting because, to be honest, I'm not sure exactly what combination of sliders is going to make this look better. But let's begin by pulling down on the clarity just to soften that area a little bit. I'm also going to pull down on the contrast because not only does that, well, to some degree, it looks like it is blurring pixels. That's not exactly what's happening, but it also tends to desaturate a little bit, which is exactly what we need. Here's one issue. If you pull down on the saturation, obviously you're going to turn her neck gray, but even pulling down a little bit on the saturation just isn't going to work because it's not going to look natural. Let's pull down on the sharpness to give that a little bit softer of a feel. Up on the shadows just a bit, maybe a little bit more on those shadows. And I think we're going in a good direction. Let's see what this adjustment looks like off and then on. We've certainly lightened that area a little bit, but it still isn't quite the right color. Now there's a red cast here that I'm dealing with, which is a cousin to magenta. So what I'm going to do is pull down on the tint a little bit. I feel like there's a little more green in her face than there is on her décolleté, and this might help to match that up a little bit better. Let's take a look at that adjustment off and then on again. I think that that's looking much better. I see I have an issue right here on her collarbone. I'm going to brush up here a little bit more. That actually helped. Let's look at the overall before and after. I think what I'll do in order to get that to blend into her face a little bit more is pull down on the flow pretty significantly and increase the brush size, make sure that feather is all the way at 100, and just brush on this area right over here because that will help blend it in a little bit better. Let's turn that adjustment off and then on, and that certainly did help. But you know what I think we need to do? I think we need to collapse the adjustment brush and just go to this amount and just pull back off of this adjustment a little bit because it might be a little bit too strong. Let's take a look at the overall before and after, and I think that looks fantastic, certainly much better than it did. The purpose of this video is to get you to look at these adjustment sliders in a new way. You can often combine them in order to achieve the desired result. I hope that you found this useful. I'll see you in the next video.